Back on the record on file number 25354FY, People versus Fanny Muhammad.
Kumar Palapu for the people, P74099.
Christopher Urban, P8113 on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, Josh Jones appearing on behalf of Ms. Muhammad, who stands to my right.
And Catherine O'Meara Bolden, P53823 on behalf of Ms. Muhammad. Fanny Muhammad.
Very good. You may be seated. We left off with the medical examiner's report that was tendered to the court. My understanding is we have one more witness. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right. You may call your witness.
People call Lieutenant Alex Hollish, who was just here. While we're waiting on that, Judge, as far as I see, the only people that are in the gallery and are people from the media, our victim advocate in the courtroom, myself and Mr. Urban, the public defender's office, and some camera from media. And, of course, your staff.
Thank you.
Defense will attest to that as well, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Lieutenant. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Put your hand down. State your name for the record.
Detective Lieutenant Alexander Hollish, Alexander Common, Hollish.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thanks, Judge. Where do you work, sir?
Eastland Police Department.
How long do you work there?
About 18 years now.
And what's your current rank and duties?
Currently, I'm a detective lieutenant. I'm in charge of investigative division for the department.
What were your duties on or about July 10th of 2025?
I was in the same capacity as a detective lieutenant.
And at some point in time, did you get contacted to conduct an interview with a suspect?
I was about, by then it was probably shortly after 8 a.m.
And at that point in time, what did you do?
I made contact with Ms. Muhammad, who was in the booking room.
And when you say Ms. Muhammad, do you see Fanny Muhammad in the courtroom today?
I do.
And could you identify her for us, please?
She's sitting to the left of me, far left. She's wearing a jumpsuit issued by Macomb County Jail. Her hair is different since, but at the time she had red hair, but I do recognize her facial features.
Let the record reflect that Lieutenant Hollish has identified the defendant.
So noted for the record.
So where did your interactions take place with the defendant?
First, she was in a booking room, and she was wearing a hooded jacket that I observed had blood on it, so I asked her to remove that jacket. And after that, I had to call a female officer from St. Clair Shores because we did not have a female officer working at the time. She walked to the private area where female officer from St. Clair Shores observed her take off her clothing that we took as evidence and gave her our jail clothing.
And after that, what happened?
After that, I spoke with her at our interview room.
Tell me a little bit about that interview room.
It's a small room. It's pretty much table, 3 chairs. Detective May, he's my partner. He joined me during the interview. It's equipped with a camera and microphone. There's a small filing cabinet, and that's it. And
before interacting with her as far as talking about things, was there anything that you did first?
I observed dried blood on her hands, and I asked her if I could collect it. Detective May read Ms. Muhammad her rights. As far as the right for us, if she would waive her search rights, because technically it's a search. She agreed. She signed the form. I used the distilled water and the cotton swabs to collect dry blood from each of her hands.
And as far as her rights that were given to her by Detective May, were you there at the time that occurred?
I was.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Sure. Yes. Interrogation. Approaching with people's proposed exhibit, I believe is 6.
That's constitutional rights, sir.
Yes.
First, she was giving the form rights to search.
Yes.
That's what we talked about, not this right.
Correct, but those,
That's eventually Detective May did give constitutional rights to Fanny as well. But I'm talking about to collect the blood. It was a consent to search form.
I understand. And as far as the form here, when did this take place?
Right after I collected blood, the dry blood, what appeared to be dry blood, Detective May read Ms. Muhammad her constitutional rights directly from the form. She initialed next to each right. She signed the form. I see my signature on it, and I see Detective May's signature, recognize his signature on it as well.
Is it dated?
Yeah.
What's the date?
7/10/25. At this point, it's 8:56 a.m.
Does that accurately reflect the document that, with the constitutional rights that she was given by you and Detective May, and which everyone signed?
That's right. It's a copy of it, actually, but yes.
Okay. And during this period of time, while she was being given her constitutional rights, are there things that you look to when you're giving rights to determine if someone is intoxicated?
Well, we asked how far she went to school. She said she graduated high school. She stated she could read and write. She indicated she was not intoxicated. She was not on any drugs or alcohol. I asked her how much she got sleep the night before. She said at least 8 hours. She did indicate that she slept in her vehicle because she was currently homeless, but she said she'd been doing it for a while now, staying out of her car. So that was a conversation.
Any concerns that you wouldn't be able to have a proper interview with her?
She appeared lucid. I did not see any signs of intoxication or anything like that. So I believe she was okay to talk to me.
Before I move to Exhibit 6, I just want to hand over things to Josh Jones in case he wants to voir dire on voluntariness.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Then people move to admit Exhibit 6.
Number 6 will be admitted.
Thank you, Judge. Tell me a little bit more. After the rights are signed, what's the next step for you in that interview with Detective May?
Usually we ask a question of what happened. I believe Detective May asked if she knew who Jennifer Harris was, and she stated she did.
Was this a recorded interview?
That's correct.
Have you reviewed it prior to today?
I did.
And does it accurately reflect the interview that you had with the defendant on July 10th of this year?
The video that I reviewed that was attached to evidence.com, yes, that's an interview. I assume that's what you're going to play, but for me to certify it, I would have to see it.
Okay. One moment. We're about to put up on the screen proposed Exhibit 7, Judge. Now, sir, do you recognize the still of this?
Yeah, it's an interview room. That's me in a blue shirt. Detective May is in a gray T-shirt with a baseball hat on, and Ms. Muhammad, she's wearing our jail uniform, and at the time I told you she had a different hair. It was red in color.
People move to admit Exhibit 7, Judge.
Defense?
No objection.
Be admitted by stipulation.
Thank you.
You may publish to the court.
Yes, thank you. We're going to start at 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Is the volume up on the TV? I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
One moment.
Try opening and closing.
Nope. It's not playing. Just the audio.
Okay, there's rights that you have. These protect you. They also protect myself and protect Hollish. This is called the East Point Constitutional Rights Certificate of Notification. I am going to be reading your rights 1 through 5. Okay. And when I read these rights to you, I need you to verbally say, I'm going to ask you, do you understand your rights? I don't want you to do this. No, just say yes. Don't do this or don't do this. Just say yes or no. Okay. We'll get through this. I promise. Okay? All right. Okay. Number 1, I have a right to remain silent, and that I do not have to answer any questions put to me or make any statements. You understand? Okay. Number 2, any statement I make or anything I say can and will be used against me in a court of law. Understand? Okay. Number 3, I have a right to have an attorney, lawyer present before I answer any questions or make any statements. Understand? Okay. Number 4, if I cannot afford an attorney, lawyer, one will be appointed for me by the court prior to any questions. Understand? Okay. Number 5, I can decide at any time to exercise my rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Understand? Okay. So what I need you to do, I'm going to have you sign this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just put your initials. All right, I want you to sign it. Okay. What's your highest level of education? Where'd you go to high school at?
Crawford High School in Hamilton. Like Temple around me.
So you have your high school diploma, right?
Yeah, it was actually in my folded inside my desk where it was this and then I gave it on my phone.
Okay. So you know how to read, write, spell, all that. Smart girl, aren't you? Smart. What did you know? A's and B's.
A's and B's and those B's.
What's your favorite class?
I like Italian because I like how I can learn different language. You know a little Italian?
Little. That's all you know. Okay. We're going to get down to business. As hard as it's going to be, it's going to make you feel better. Okay. Where do you work?
I work
And
also.
was it located in East Point?
Have you done anything today?
No.
Prescription medication or anything?
Sleep last night?
Yeah.
How many hours?
I was asleep at like 8.
do you do at McDonald's? Are you a cook? Or are you?
I prep food, and then also I'm basically customer service. I perform excellent customer service.
Okay. Where are you working today?
I work
What time do you start?
at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.?
I clock in at 4:02 a.m.
Who is your manager there, or who is in charge of you?
Today it was Jennifer.
Jennifer Harris?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any sort of issues with Jennifer Harris?
I had an issue with how I had to clock out 3 times in a row just because she was bullying me and there was no reason for me to have to do like that. And she clocked me out without me knowing. I was working for 3.
Was this today, or was this prior?
That was today.
Okay, so has any time prior to this day today, did she make you clock out or not pay?
Yes.
How many times?
It happened just missed the third time this week.
Third time this week?
Yeah.
And can you tell me why do you think she's doing that?
I think she was doing that because I had spoke up to her and I felt like trying to figure out what I think it was sometime last week. It was Friday, I'm not sure, but it was I had told her that racist shit gonna stop. That's why I had told her because I got tired of how she kept on like acting like prejudice for it, like she was like kind of people that work there also she was calling issues that work there.
So let me ask you this. Can you tell me what kind of racist comments that she's making towards you or anybody? Give me an example.
Yeah, like, so sometimes when they look at their phones or something, and like, it was one time the guy they bought had showed her on her phone was like a Caucasian girl, she had like about 5 on her face. And she was like, that's Kenny White D. And that's what she had said, and, you know, and then every time.
So Skinny White B, so B meaning bitch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Has she ever used any derogatory remarks towards you give me an example of what she was
She
calling you?
said that she was blood one time to me, and she said she pointed her gun at her children, but it just like made me feel like I got like scared of her, and but she's a bully kind of person.
Did she say anything racist to you today?
No, she didn't say anything to me. That the only thing she said to me was, "You can clock out now." And then I was like, "I'm working my shift today. Like, you know, I didn't do anything wrong."
Did you leave after she told you that?
No, I stayed. I started working my shift, so I stayed there. I just kept working. Nobody came over there to relieve me, so I just continued to catch everybody else. You know, and then I just happened to look at the app and see that I actually was clocked out. I didn't know she clocked out at 6, and I didn't even know I was still working. And that's when I had said, I didn't know you clocked out. You didn't even tell me that I'm done talking to you. So I didn't tell you to leave.
So what did you do after that? Did you leave?
Yeah, I left. I said, this is wrong. I said, you keep bullying me. This is wrong.
Where did you go?
I went to the truck and then I drove and went to the skate park and skated a little bit.
Okay, so
It was after I left it, like someone knew. It was like 8 minutes or something.
So how long you work for free then?
I worked it 1 hour.
Oh, okay. So she locked out at 6, you said, and
Yeah.
you know went to the down 7?
Yeah,
All right.
almost 2 o'clock.
Okay. So you have the skate park. Okay.
Yes, and then after that, that's when I just started listening to my music, and I had just said a prayer, and I started thinking about like how she everything that she was doing that was like wrong.
did that piss you off? Okay, so at some point you returned to the McDonald's, all right? Okay. What did you have? How did you injure?
I had a knife and I walked with her and I stepped her.
How many times? Do you remember? Where'd you stab her at?
Her neck area.
Did you want to kill her?
I did. It does not hurt to say that.
I can't hear the
That's what it
response.
felt.
Play that back, please.
How many knives did you have?
Area.
Did you want to kill her?
I It's not great to say that, but that's my problem.
That's how you felt. How many knives did you have on you? Can you describe the knife that you stabbed her with?
French knife.
Well, explain what a French knife.
It's a chef knife, like it's
Is it long? Okay. Did you walk up behind her? Did you guys argue? And you just walked up to her? Show me how you did it. You walked up to her and you just started doing what? Show me how you did it. You can stand up. It's okay. So I'm Jennifer. Show me.
Okay, so I had her up in my shirt.
What color?
I had her up in my shirt.
That's a shirt. Is that the one that you had on? And then so I'm Jennifer, and you have the knife in your hand. I need you to show me how you did that. Where did you do it like this? Show me. It's okay.
Like this.
Did you start doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it where on my body? It's okay. Honey. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Good.
And when she turned around, and then she fell in her head.
Did you stab her on the stomach? Or just that?
I don't know. I might have.
So, you mentioned somebody, you heard a gunshot.
This one I started doing, say, hey, ow! And then I hit up, and I actually got shot. And so I hit up, and I hit on I get behind like the prayer rack. And then I'm hanging out there with the side door. And then I came back and out from around the building. And yeah, and that's when I turn around. And then I was like, she's looking, she's looking, here, turn around. And then it turn around.
So the blood on your hand, it was.
It came from the jacket when I took it off.
You think it's her blood?
Yeah, I believe it was because I didn't get shot.
Right. Where did you get the knife? Was it?
I had brought it from Walmart. I had another cake I was going to bring here, but I never brought it.
When did you buy it?
I brought it when I brought the cake yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you bought the knife at Walmart?
Walmart.
Has this lady, has she been bullying you for a while, or is this was just a 1 or 2 or 3 times?
She's been bullying for a while.
Does she do that to other employees?
She has been bullying. It was one of the girls she recently stopped messing with. Because now I guess I turned out to be what she wanted to bully, but she has been bullying for a very long time. She played her little gangster music, and she don't like how I play classical music. She doesn't hear spoken. Because I'm not like her, and she's always saying comments like, I know we all supposed to look out for each other, the same thing color, and then she would say things to like other coworkers, and then the day before yesterday, she was talking about me to one of the other coworkers. She was like, she's pissing me off because it was, sometimes customers hold me up at the window, and it like take a long time, and they hold the time up, and then they start like yelling at me, but it's like, sometimes I can't rush the customer, I think they're looking for their money, so.
Well, just so that I could get like an idea of where your headspace was, when you were stabbing her, well, how did that make you feel?
I can be honest.
Yes.
Even if it sounds wrong.
Yes.
Okay, I felt that it spoke to him because I felt like she had like people under oppression. It wasn't her to be free. She was going to be in there. So that's how I felt when I was seeing it. And I told him if that's what I'm supposed to get, and that's what and if somebody want to take me down, then I would do my best to fight and just to leave it.
What about now? Do you feel any more relief?
So like you said, like
Do you feel bad about it? Like remorseful that you did it, or you feel relieved? I feel relieved that you did it.
I feel better.
Feel better?
Yeah, but I'm not a cold person. That's why I sound crazy to understand that. I'm being honest.
So you feel like the weight of the world?
I feel like she was drugs to people, and she kept talking about her gun she had, and she.
Have you ever seen a gun there? Did she ever pull it out and point it at anybody, or say, "Hey, come here, check out my piece," or piece me? No. It's just what you thought in your head at the time, right? Because of the way that she talks, like she's a gangster. You know what I'm saying? On blood, on this, and blood, mean gang number, right?
Yeah.
What car is the handle on that? Do you know where it's at tonight? So you left it behind the store? Did you, after the shot was fired, what did you do? Besides, raising a hand? Did you
No, I had it up when I heard it. It hit the rack and then up, and then I kind of caught on the floor and I ran out to the other side of the door. And then once I ran to the shop,
And then what?
that's when the guy had walked out with the light green yellow shirt on. It's like a neon shirt.
What kind of truck is that?
It's a 1500 Silverado 2021.
Your truck?
But it's Wayne's truck, Wayne Fisher. Like we shared the truck. Like we're kind of, he's 60, we just turned 61. Because basically we were living together.
Is that on,
Yeah, we were kind of, we got to fix this, it was like a lot of things to take care of. So he stopped, working at the Probable, but he's like they fired him to somebody else to do.
We stopped just now at 1908. And Detective T, to the best of your ability, that was that encapsulated the defendant's explanation of what had happened that morning.
That's correct.
After the interview, what happened right after that?
I let her make a phone call to let her family know where she was and lodge her in a cell.
One moment. Can we approach sidebar just briefly?
Certainly.
Katie, I could this way.
There was some of it that was garbled, but for the most part I picked up. But I'm going to take some time when it's concluded to review. So,
Okay.
do you have it on the phone now?
Yeah.
Okay. But no, if we get done,
Where's that?
I want to get this done today if we can. If I need time, I'll let you know.
I was just asking, Judge, sorry.
No problem.
Thanks, Judge. Just 1 second, Judge. I have no further questions of this witness. Thank you.
Cross-examination. Any?
Just one moment, Judge. No, I have no further questions. I have no questions, Judge.
Very good. You may be excused. Any
Thank you.
further witnesses on behalf of the people?
No, Judge.
Any witnesses on behalf of the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Very good. Do you want to take a few minutes for argument, or are you ready?
I'm ready.
I can.
Okay. Argument, please.
Thanks, Judge. Judge, today you've heard from 6 witnesses, but effectively 7 because of the interrogation. So you heard from Devonte Pace, Officer McLaughlin, Luke Moreno, Deborah McMillan, Lieutenant Hollish, and of course the interrogation brings in the statements of the defendant and her explanation of the things that went on.
Turnage?
Sorry, Kashana Turnage, then Lieutenant Hollish is 6, and then the defendant's statements through the interrogation that is her explanation of what happened and why she murdered Jennifer Harris. One of the interesting things is that we all understand now through what the witness testimony was from Ms. McMillan is that the defendant was irate that when she came to work, Jennifer Harris confronted her about not working and clocked her out. The defendant sat there for about an hour, intermittently working, and then discovering that she had indeed been clocked out, and then was told by Ms. Harris to leave. And she did. She left. She went to a skate park. She told Lieutenant Hollish that while she was there, she skated. I believe she said she prayed. And she thought about everything that happened and then everything that Jennifer Harris was doing wrong. And despite having that time to contemplate on everything, she went back in about an hour's time. And when she went back, she had a mask. She brought a knife that she said she bought from Walmart. And she walked through the back entrance where Mr. Moreno said that he looked over and saw the defendant walking up, masked. And she said very calmly, and he said she walked calmly, "Don't worry, I work here." She proceeds to walk through, and as Miss Harris is working, prepping the food, she sets upon her and begins to stab her. There was no argument. There was no talking. And as we saw from that video, the defendant stabbed Jennifer Harris around 13 times all over her body, but specifically in vital areas. She stabbed her in the neck, the chest, the scalp, and there are 23 individual sharp wounds that the medical examiner's office identified, some of which being 4 inches deep through her neck. All of those were aimed at areas where even one strike could kill a person. And when she was interviewed, she admitted that when she went in there to confront her, to kill her, that she intended to kill Jennifer Harris. And when she did this, it wasn't in a manic state. It wasn't some emotional outburst. She came in calmly to do all these things. She was prepared. So as far as what you've heard and what I've got to prove today with count 1 and count 2 is with premeditated murder, the law says that premeditation and deliberation may be inferred from the circumstances surrounding the killing. And there is 2 cases, Tilley, 405, Mish 38, at 44, a 1979 case, and Jolly, 442, Mish 458, at 466, and that's a 1993 case. So the premeditation and deliberation...
Sorry, 442 Mish
458 at 466. That's a 1993 case.
Thank you.
As far as what we had without her, any of her statements, we still have her leaving, going to another location, and then coming back prepared. She has a mask. She's got a hidden knife. And she enters through a back entrance. And then immediately, when she is near Jennifer Harris, she begins to stab her. The reason that you know that she intended to commit murder and kill her that day is when you're watching the video, there's a time when Jennifer Harris collapses and she's on the ground. And the defendant doesn't stop. She's prepared to stab her while she's on the ground. And the only thing that stopped her is, thankfully, Devonte Pace pulled out his .45 and shot at her. And on the video, the minute that shot gets off and you can see the gun through the window, she throws the knife and tears through the exit. So it's clear that even though Jennifer Harris had collapsed on her back, bleeding, that the defendant intended to finish the job on the ground. But now we know from her own statements that that's what she always intended to do, and that she's prepared to do it. One moment. So as far as her state of mind and what her motive is, even though I don't have to prove motive, we know what those things are. And we know why she did what she did and that she intended to do it. As far as count 2, dangerous weapon carrying with unlawful intent, we heard from Ms. McMillan that the knife that she saw the defendant using was somewhere between 5 and 7 inches in length. Additionally, we know that she brought that knife there with the specific intent to stab and kill Jennifer Harris, because that's what she told police. And she explained using Detective May as a prop is that where she was stabbing was intentionally in the neck area and the upper chest. So based on everything you've seen today and what you've heard and the defendant's own explanation, I just ask that you bind over counts 1 and counts 2.
Thank you. Mr. Jones?
Judge, obviously the people are objecting to bind over. One, I guess I want
You
to.
mean defense is objecting to bind over?
What did I say?
You said people are
Oh, yeah.
objecting to bind over.
Offenses, I'm sorry. And where I was going really, Your Honor, is where the insinuation of, in her statements, of, and how the people are identifying this insinuation that she bought the knife for this. And I hope it's clear to the court that based on her own statement, which the court, I believe, is relying, I don't know, the people are relying on her own statement in part to satisfy the bind over, that she indicated that she bought it previously for something different. Now, I'm not saying that there can't be an insinuation from that, but I don't want the court, nor do I want the facts to be insinuated that it was bought for this purpose, for this incident. Because I don't think that, one, the facts reveal that at all, and even in her own statements, she doesn't make that as a fact of itself. And so that, I just want to clarify that, and I know that the people have introduced the interview, so if the court, again, if there's a hang-up, the court can listen to that and make that determination. But again, I'm just going off of her explanation of why she had what she had at the time. Beyond that, I think it's clear as well from the testimony from the other witnesses that what we're talking about is it's a hooded mask. And again, I'm just identifying some, I don't want to say, clarifying some things on what we heard in facts, because it was very clear that it was some sort of zip-up hood that went over the face. It's not a separate mask that was bought for this purpose. It was a tire, meaning someone owning a hoodie and then that zips it up. I don't think it changes the fact that it zips up into a mask, but again, I think that those are facts that at least need to be clarified when we're talking about the bind over, specifically because we're talking about the difference between, at least for today's purposes, first and second degree. And there's that identification of premeditation or preparation to get you to first degree. So that's the reason I wanted to clarify those two facts, Your Honor. Otherwise, generally speaking, for count one, I would indicate that they generally have not met their burden on their elements, Your Honor, to show that there is a difference between first and second. In regards to count two, as I'm sitting here listening to Mr. Pallotti wrap up his request for a bind over, I know we've had discussion that there was a knife used. There's been discussion that there was the potential of this knife that was identified at the scene, but there was not really any specifics. And I think that when Ms. McMillan was identifying the knife that she saw, she wasn't referencing the difference between the length of the actual knife and the blade. And I say, legally speaking, there is a difference between that. And I don't know if the people have really necessarily shown that even at a probable cause level. And the reason I say that, Your Honor, is because the blade length must be over 3 inches. And the only thing that we necessarily had from Ms. McMillan is that it may be between 5 and 6, and she's just referencing the size of the knife. We don't have anything specific to the blade, which is really what the requirement is for count two. We have no officer that identified that they collected it. We have an officer that says, well, they should have collected it, or they did collect it, but he couldn't testify beyond that. He didn't testify who collected it, whether or not they had the knife, or even presented a photo of this being the knife in some sort of reference to what length we're dealing with. And so with count two, I think that they're lacking on that. I think we have some testimony there, but we don't have the specifics that we need, even at a probable cause standard, to identify that for that particular count. So in regards to my objection, Your Honor, again, I leave it to what I've already said about count one, and then with count two specifically, I think that they lacked on that proof. So I would ask for a dismissal on both, but more specifically on count two.
Thank you.
May I, Judge?
You may.
And I guess maybe I didn't enunciate whenever I was speaking. As I said, she brought the knife. I didn't say she bought the knife. I know that she said she bought the knife at Walmart because she had bought a cake at the same time, or she planned to bake a cake. So I said brought, I didn't say bought. I know that, I never wanted to have anybody believe that I thought she bought that specifically for killing Miss Harris.
I appreciate that.
Additionally, as far as the testimony that we did have for the knife itself and the length of the knife, we have a witness saying that she saw the knife and that it was between in excess of 5 inches. As well, if you just look at the video, you can see the knife is a large butcher knife, not some small knife that would be below 3 inches somewhere. And so I'm relying on the video itself and the testimony of the witness that we had on the scene.
In Your Honor, I have a flash drive for you. If the court would like to review any of these, I can provide it to your court officer to provide to you for your review.
Thank you. The court's going to take a recess to review my notes, and I will be back in due course with my ruling.
Just so we have a time, Judge, like 15, 30 minutes?
Mr. Jones, I don't know how long it's going to take me to go through my notes and my thoughts and the video, but as soon as I'm done, I'll be back out. Do you have the court is in recess.
Now? Oh, yeah, all good. Okay, thank you.
For the record, please.
Kumar Palapu for the People, P74099.
Chris Bourbon on behalf of the people, PA1013.
Your Honor, Josh Jones on behalf of Ms. Muhammad, who stands to my right.
And Catherine O'Meara Bolden, P53823, on behalf of Ms. Muhammad.
Okay, thank you. You may be seated. The court has carefully considered the testimony of the 6 witnesses today, that being number 1, Devonte Pace, an eyewitness, witness number 2, Officer McLaughlin, witness number 3, Luke Marino, witness number 4, Deborah McMillan, manager at the McDonald's, witness number 5, Kashana Turnage, employee of the McDonald's, witness number 6, Detective Hollish, who took the statement of the defendant. At this stage, it's not for the court to determine guilt or innocence. This is a probable cause hearing, and the court must be satisfied that the prosecution has presented evidence by a probable cause standard as to both charges, count 1, first-degree premeditated murder, and count 2, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent. Probable cause is a very low evidentiary threshold under Michigan law. In viewing the evidence in the light most favorable to the prosecution, the court makes the following findings. Count 1, first-degree premeditated murder. The people presented testimony showing that the victim was found on the floor of the restaurant in a large pool of blood, suffering from what appeared to be multiple stab wounds. This clearly establishes that a homicide occurred by a criminal agency. The manager of the McDonald's, that being witness number 4, Deborah McMillan, testified that she heard a commotion, came around, found the victim on the floor bleeding. Regarding the intent and premeditation, the defendant stated in her own interview that she had left the location earlier. By her own testimony, she testified, or she stated to the police that she was told to leave and she didn't leave, and then became angry later because her boss had clocked her out. She indicated that she left, she went to the park, she prayed, and thought about how she had been wrong. She admitted that she possessed a long chef's knife. And when I talk about the chef's knife, Mr. Jones, you made argument that there was insufficient evidence with regard to the 3-inch, or being 3 inches or more on the blade. The court did review the interview by the police of the defendant and the graphic scene once again, and the knife in there clearly is over 3 inches. And the testimony of Deborah McMillan that the blade was, as she put it, which looks like 6 inches. We don't know if that's the knife or not, but in the video of the stabbing, you can see the blade of the knife. The blade of the knife was rather large, and by defendant's own statements had indicated that it was a chef's knife. So, that being said, she admitted that she possessed this knife. She admitted that she wanted her dead. I think her statement to the police was, I felt like I wanted her dead. I'm not a cold person. Another thing that was interesting, or not interesting, that's a poor choice of words, corroborates the testimony of witness number 5, Kashana Turnage. In the interview at the police station, while the demonstration of how the stabbing occurred, you can see the defendant's fingernails, and it was blue and white as described by Kashana Turnage, I'm sorry. So the fact that she left, had time for cool reflection, and returned back to the location, and as witness number 3 testified, appeared to be casual and calm while she walked in. Her statement that she wanted her dead, and she knowingly carried out that plan. Purposely arming herself with this knife, wearing a hoodie and a mask, as witness number 4 testified appeared to be a Jason mask, and witness number 3 testified that it looked like a ski mask. Taken together, this evidence is more than sufficient for a person of ordinary prudence to reasonably believe that the defendant intentionally, with premeditation, killed the defendant by a probable cause standard. The court therefore finds that the people have met their burden as to count 1. As to count 2, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent, testimony clearly established that the defendant possessed and carried a long chef knife. The defendant admitted that she brought the knife for the purpose of stabbing the victim, and she did in fact stab the victim with that weapon. The unlawful intent requirement is fully supported by her statements and the eyewitness testimony. Accordingly, the court finds probable cause exists that the defendant carried a dangerous weapon with intent to use it unlawfully against another person. So for the reasons stated on the record, the court does find that the prosecution has met their burden as to both counts. There is sufficient evidence as to each element of the offenses charged. I therefore am binding the defendant over to circuit court for further proceedings as charged. Do we know who the arraigning judge is in this matter?
Judge Massaroni, Judge.
That's correct.
Judge Massaroni hears his arraignment on the information on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. for in custody.
It'll be December 2nd, Judge. I'm sorry.
You pick December 2nd. Be December 2nd at 9 a.m. Judge Massaroni, and I need you to fill out the half sheet.
I'm doing that now, Judge.
And I want to thank both sides for your professionalism. And that concludes this matter for today.
All right. Have a nice weekend, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. We will provide the form as soon as it is completed.
Thank you.
All right. See you next time.
I'm going to return the medical examiner's report.
Yeah.
Minutes, so I guess keep that, all that together.